They are proud members of a Marine division who stand ready when America calls. Most of the time, they're the first ones to be sent into challenging and dangerous places of conflict.
The war in Afghanistan is no exception. In our continuing salute to our local military, KUSI reporter John Soderman and KUSI photojournalist Mike Gold, both military veterans, give us a look at Camp Pendleton's storied 1st Marine Division.
Comes to mind right now, terrorist attack.
When America dials 911, Camp Pendleton's 1st Marine Division answers the phone and heads straight into harm's way. The 1st Marine Division was founded during the first American military offensive of World War II, the one at Guadalcanal. Since that time, its Marines have fought in every major conflict to date.
The 1st Marine Division has been at the tip of the spear for the nation's most elite fighting force.
The 1st Marine Division's storied history has produced its own motto, as in, no better friend, no worse enemy. The legacy of that motto continues today in the fight for Afghanistan.
I have a very, very positive view of where we're going with it, at least in the part that we work in the Helmand and Nimruz provinces. Incredible success has been made.
But in telling the story of progress made by the 1st Marine Division in Afghanistan requires knowing what kind of people it attracts. As 19-year-old Lance Corporal Tyler Arnold takes part in this live fire exercise, his mind takes him back to that day as a 9-year-old. He knew what he wanted to do.
9/11 happened when I was in 4th grade, and that's kind of where I started to really get it in my head that I wanted to join the Marines.
Go! Go! In this training exercise, Marines in Arnold's unit storm a hill and then attempt to gain control of a simulated Afghan village, firing live ammunition.
Fire, sustained break!
But Arnold and most of his fellow Marines in this unit have never been to combat, which is why they say,
you're scared at the same time, but at the same time I want to go over there and do my job. That's exactly what I signed up for.
Get the right pressure, I got it.
Part of the training this day involves battlefield first aid under deliberately stressful conditions. Marines are required to crawl with rifles to wounded comrades where they are graded on how fast they administer aid.
Hurry up! Hurry up, Billy! Come on! My leg hurts. Oh, you got no legs. I'm walking it off. Stay still. Don't move. I gotta get to safety. Hey, both knees in his pressure. Both knees.
But these Marines know getting yelled at can mean the difference between life and death when they arrive in Afghanistan. All they have to do is look at their brother unit, 3rd Battalion, 5th Marine Regiment that just returned from Helmand Province.
And as these Marines from 3-5 return from the most dangerous part of Afghanistan, they continue a tradition in doing so, as in being part of the most decorated unit in the entire Marine Corps. Corporal?
Yes.
Talk about how tough it was for you over there.
It was pretty bad. We had a lot of hard times, but we got a lot accomplished.
Talk about what you accomplished.
We pretty much took out all the Taliban strongholds out there, made it a lot safer place for all the local nationals.
You've added a remarkable year to the history of our division, and it's one that
Brigadier General Joseph Osterman, shown here officiating over the celebration of the 1st Marine Division's 70th birthday in Afghanistan recently, says the Taliban, hiding somewhere along the horizon, whom he refers to as he, is no match
Stand by for shot.
for the ability of a typical U.S. Marine, like this sniper.
He really doesn't have the capability to stand up against us, you know, in a firefighter conventional type of approach. So he uses that indirect approach in terms of the IED.
But General Osterman says while high-tech weaponry has its place in Afghanistan, he says winning over hearts and minds comes down to the Marine on the ground and the ability to earn the trust and respect of the Afghan people.
Most everybody just wants to raise their family in peace. They want to have some education for their kids, and if possible, be prosperous enough to give their kids a little better living down the road than what they had.
But as members of the 1st Marine Division do their best in making sure Afghanistan does not become a safe haven for those who would want to do us harm, the fact is there is a much welcomed time to leave, sometimes under extremely dangerous circumstances. Here these recon Marines make the final run after spending 6 months deep inside Afghanistan.
Keep moving!
And as the recon Marines wait to be flown out, they dream of their next stop. Camp Pendleton, into the waiting arms of loved ones.
Got my wife, Priscilla. You know, that's everything right there.
And as 1st Marine Division Marines come back from Afghanistan, other Marines who are about to go, like Tyler Arnold, think about what his homecoming will be like.
Well, I actually just got a girlfriend after this weekend, so I'll be pretty excited to see her, I'm sure.
125!
So stay safe in Afghanistan, young Marine, for you will be surrounded by the best, as in, no better friend.
There he goes.
No worse enemy. John Soderman, KUSI News.
And that's our salute to Camp Pendleton's 1st Marine Division.
And KUSI would like to thank all 1st Marine Division units for giving us amazing cooperation, access, and extraordinary video from Afghanistan that you don't normally see. Well, the crematorium